Have you ever met someone in their 90s or even 100s who seems to have more energy than people half their age? Maybe they're still gardening, dancing, or even working part-time, and you think, how do they do it? Well, today, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Living a long, healthy life isn't just about good genes or luck. The world's oldest people, those in the blue zones and beyond, share some surprising habits that anyone can start doing, no matter your age. And the best part? You don't need a fancy gym membership or expensive supplements. These are simple, everyday choices that add up over time. So, if you're ready to feel stronger, sharper, and more vibrant in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, let's dive in. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm already in my 60s, or 70s, or 80s, isn't it too late to make a difference? Absolutely not. Research shows that even small changes later in life can have a huge impact on how long and how well you live. So today, we're going to explore 5 simple but powerful habits that centenarians swear by. And I'll tell you exactly how to start incorporating them into your own life. Let's start with habit number 1. Move naturally, all day long. You won't find many 100-year-olds pumping iron at the gym. But here's what they do every single day. They move. Not in a no pain, no gain way, but in gentle, natural ways that keep their bodies strong without strain. Think gardening, walking to the market, or even just puttering around the house. In places like Okinawa, Japan, and Sardinia, Italy, people stay active well into their 100s, not because they have to, but because movement is built into their daily lives. So, how can you do this? First, ditch the all-or-nothing mindset. You don't need to run marathons. Just look for ways to add more natural movement to your day. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park a little farther from the store. Try a 10-minute walk after meals. Even standing up and stretching during TV commercials helps. The key is consistency, not intensity. And if you're worried about joint pain or stiffness, start small. Chair yoga, water aerobics, or even just marching in place while you brush your teeth can make a difference. Remember, the goal isn't to be an athlete, it's to keep your body strong and mobile for the long haul. Now, let's talk about habit number 2. Eat like your ancestors, not like a diet ad. Here's something fascinating. The world's longest-lived people don't count calories, obsess over protein shakes, or fall for fad diets. Instead, they eat real, whole foods, the way people did generations ago. In Okinawa, they follow the hara-hachibu rule, eating until they're 80% full. In Sardinia, meals are built around beans, whole grains, and garden-fresh vegetables. And guess what? These foods aren't just delicious, they're packed with nutrients that fight inflammation, boost brain health, and keep your heart strong. So, what does this mean for you? First, focus on adding more plants to your plate. Try swapping half your usual meat portion for beans or lentils. Choose whole grains like brown rice or quinoa instead of white bread. And here's a simple trick: fill half your plate with colorful veggies at every meal. You don't have to give up your favorite foods, just make small shifts toward more whole, unprocessed options. And here's a bonus tip: many centenarians enjoy a glass of wine with friends or family, but in moderation. The key isn't deprivation, it's about savoring good food in good company. Now that we've covered natural movement and eating well, let's move on to habit number 3. Find your tribe, because loneliness is deadlier than smoking. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Did you know that feeling lonely can be as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? It's true. And that brings us to habit number 3. Find your tribe, because connection is just as important as diet and exercise. In places like Okinawa and Sardinia, people don't just live long, they live surrounded by friends and family. They have strong social circles that give them a sense of purpose, laughter, and support. And science shows that these connections are just as vital to longevity as eating your veggies or taking a daily walk. So, how can you build this kind of community, especially if you've lost touch with old friends or live far from family? Here's the good news: it's never too late to create new connections. Start small. Join a local senior center, take a class, even an online one, or simply strike up a conversation with a neighbor. The key is to find people who share your interests, whether that's gardening, books, or even just a good cup of coffee. And don't underestimate the power of small moments. A weekly phone call with a grandchild, a standing lunch date with a friend, or even volunteering at a local charity can give you that sense of belonging. Remember, it's not about having dozens of friends, it's about having a few meaningful relationships that make you feel seen and valued. Now, let's move on to habit number 4, slow down. Stress is the silent killer of longevity. Here's a hard truth, chronic stress ages you faster than almost anything else. It weakens your immune system, clouds your thinking, and even shortens your telomeres, those little caps on your DNA that determine how quickly your cells age. But in the blue zones, people have mastered the art of slowing down. They take naps. They pray or meditate. They spend time in nature. They don't rush through life, they savor it. So, how can you bring this habit into your life? First, give yourself permission to pause. Try starting your day with just 5 minutes of quiet, no news, no phone, just deep breaths. Or take a technology break in the afternoon to sit outside or read a book. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. Here's a trick I love, the 4-7-8 breath. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do this just 3 times, and you'll feel your stress melt away. It's like a mini vacation for your mind. And now, we've come to our final habit, the one that ties all the others together. Habit number 5, have a reason to wake up in the morning. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, your reason for being. In Sardinia, it's plan de vida. No matter what you call it, having a sense of purpose is like rocket fuel for longevity. Studies show that people with a strong why live longer, recover from illness faster, and even keep their minds sharper as they age. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's tending your garden, teaching your grandkids to bake, or writing letters to old friends. Maybe it's volunteering at an animal shelter or finally learning to paint. The key is to find something that lights you up inside, something that makes you excited to greet the day. If you're not sure where to start, try this. Think back to what you loved as a child. Did you love telling stories? Try writing one down. Were you always tinkering with things? Pick up a simple craft or repair project. Or ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to make someone else's life better? Often, that's where purpose begins. Oh, here we are. We've covered 4 powerful habits that centenarians swear by, and now we're going to tie them all together with this final piece of wisdom. Because here's the beautiful truth, living a long, vibrant life isn't about checking boxes or following strict rules. It's about creating days that feel joyful, meaningful, and full of connection, exactly like the ones we've been talking about. Think about what we've learned so far. Move in ways that feel good, eat foods that nourish you, surround yourself with people who lift you up, and make time to slow down. These aren't chores, they're gifts you give yourself. And when you combine them with habit number 5, having a strong sense of purpose, that's when the magic really happens. Let me tell you about my friend Margaret. At 92, she's the most vibrant person I know. Every morning, she wakes up excited because she's teaching her great-granddaughter how to knit. That's her why. It gets her out of bed, keeps her hands busy, and gives her that deep sense of being needed. And research shows that people like Margaret, who have that spark of purpose, are not just happier, they're healthier too. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I'm retired, or my kids are grown. Here's the secret, purpose evolves with you. Maybe yours used to be raising your family or building your career. Now it might be mentoring younger people, preserving family stories, or even just being the person who always remembers birthdays. What matters is that it feels meaningful to you. So how do you find or reignite your purpose? Try this simple exercise. Grab a notebook and answer these 3 questions. First, what did I love doing as a child? Second, what makes me lose track of time now? And third, what's one small way I could contribute to others? Your answers might surprise you, and they'll point you toward your personal ikigai. Remember, this isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about weaving meaning into what you're already doing. That daily walk? It's your meditation time. Cooking meals? You're nourishing your body and soul. Calling an old friend? You're strengthening your social web, the same one that centenarians credit for their long lives. The most inspiring part? None of these habits require money, a perfect body, or living in some faraway blue zone. They're choices, small, daily decisions that compound over time to give you more good years. Years where you're not just alive, but truly living. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pick just one of these habits to focus on. Maybe it's adding an extra vegetable to your dinner tonight. Or calling that friend you've been meaning to reconnect with. Or spending 10 minutes outside without your phone. That's how change happens, not all at once, but one small, loving choice at a time. I'd love to hear which habit you're going to try first. Drop a comment below and let's cheer each other on. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more simple, science-backed ways to thrive at any age. Remember, friends, long life isn't just about adding years, it's about adding life to your years. Here's to your health, happiness, and all the beautiful moments ahead.